So if you're telling her, oh, natural ain't for everybody, you know, could you imagine how discouraging or how hurtful that can be? Because you're basically saying you're not going to look right with natural hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up, color community? So today I have two special guests on the platform today. We just wanted to come, you guys, so we can kind of talk to you from a professional perspective. On YouTube, I know that there are lots of people that teach about hair, but today we are sitting here as licensed professionals to kind of get our point of view when it comes to any type of trends that you see, or even if it's discussions that you guys might want to know about. So ladies, what do y'all want to touch on today?
I want to discuss these hairstylists that discourage the natural hair movement, as they will call it, because they don't know how to do natural hair. They will try to say, oh, you need a relaxer to slick this down, or you can't achieve this style, when in actuality they just don't know how to do natural hair.
The whole division part is what bothers me. The naturals versus the relaxed people. When we all have our own DNA, we all have our own texture. It's just what can you do, you know, with it, and what knowledge you have, what patience you have with your hair.
A lot of the times, clients or potential clients or just people in general look to professionals, look to stylists for advice and recommendations. You know, they kind of, sometimes they take our word as Bible, so you have to be careful on what you say, how you word things, especially if you are talking to a client who is considering maybe going natural. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
And it's kind of unhealthy, because when you push these type of theologies out there when it comes to a certain hair type, it can tend to cause a lot of negative backlash with how people accept their hair. Now, granted, everybody has a preference. But to go out and say, oh, your hair can't do that because you're natural, or natural hair isn't for everybody, and I'm sure you ladies can kind of agree, that's kind of like, what do you mean? Like, right. That's like saying somebody's DNA is not for them.
Like, just say, this is not my area of expertise. I have someone who I can refer you to who will feel a little more comfortable doing this style for you. Don't be like, oh, it can't be achieved just because you don't know how to achieve it. You know what I mean?
I think that might be one of the pressing issues that we see as stylists, is that network, you know, being okay with referring people to other people. It's the healthy relationship, and I think that's something we have to learn, is to be honest with our clients. If we don't know how to do something, then just be like, hey, I know somebody who can take care of you. It shouldn't be like that within the relaxed community, in the natural community. I had a client come in and she was really considering a perm because a relaxer, forgive me,
like, girl,
she
was
considering a relaxer because she couldn't find a stylist who could help her maintain her natural hair. So she also said, I just want my hair to be healthy. It is possible to have healthy hair, natural and relaxed. With relaxed hair, me personally, and you ladies can interject if you feel, when you have a relaxer, you should get proteins and deep conditioners more often than you would have to being a natural. My advice to her was, if you're gonna go ahead and switch over to a relaxer, that is what I advise you to do. I didn't say, girl, you don't need to get no relaxer because your hair gonna fall out, it's gonna break, it's gonna da-da-da-da, and cause a divide, because maybe her friends are relaxed, and then here she is with this mindset that, girl, your hair gonna fall out, my hair is gonna be healthier. No, it's a way to do it, but before you do that, let's try this. Let's find out, what's your lifestyle like? What's your natural lifestyle? Because you have the ones that only want blowouts. You're right. Only want flexi rides, or only want protective styles, or only want to wear wigs. You got to find out what your lifestyle is and what fits you best.
Right, and it's like a crab in a barrel mentality, where if we don't agree with something, or if we don't offer something, we'll talk down on it. You know what I mean? We will throw it under the bus, or whoever do it or co-sign on it, throw them under the bus. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? There's enough clientele for everybody. Houston has millions of people. This is the fourth largest city in the country. So ain't nobody missing no clientele.
None of us.
And she ain't missing none, that's for her either. And you ain't missing none, that's for you either.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's just like celebrate, you know what I mean? Celebrate another stylist, her specialty or what she does best, you know. And then if my client needs that, I'm gonna send her your way because I don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real with you and let you know that's not something that, you know, I feel comfortable doing. And I think that's one of the things. Not a lot of stylists are honest with themselves.
You have some people, especially in H-Town, where it's trill,
yes,
where they would say, I'm not going to say I can't do anything. I'm going to learn how to do everything so I don't have to send you everywhere. And that gives you like a boss status. Well, what's the phrase of jack of all trades, but a master of none?
That's exactly.
It's three of us here. If I get a client that come and she want color, I'm not gonna say, hey, what can we do to make this color? Okay. I'm gonna say, girl, you know what? I know somebody who's a bomb colorist. Like she is thrilled with that paint. Let me send you to Janae Miller on Instagram. Let me give you her number.
Girl, being here all on Instagram showing.
Look at her work.
Like it's the same with these guys. Like I told you, I was like, I don't know how to do no braids, updos, all that. I have clients come to me and I know exactly where to go. This is like my sister home. You know what I'm saying? So we look at each other like a network and a family. You know, there are certain stylists who I would consider general stylists. You know, I like to use medical terminology. When I was in a hospital, you had general doctors, then you had your specialized doctors, you had cardiologists, you had neurologists. So anytime there was something that was a little more intense versus your basic knowledge, you know, you send them over to the person who specializes in that place. So we're not saying that there's anything wrong with being a general licensed professional. However, if you know that that is your lane, okay, be honest. Be honest. Your own lane. Right, but be honest with your clients. You know what I'm saying? I think as the cosmetology industry, we got PhDs. You know what I'm saying? We need to refer to ourselves and look at ourselves as such. So that way, you know, so it's not, you know, so people don't, you know, feel like they're not living up to the next person. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be more comfortable to say, hey, I can do this amount for you, but if you need something a little more, this is who I'm going to send you.
And you know, that's also refreshing within the industry to witness. When clients see that network, when clients see that relationship between stylists and know that we are not all biting each other's heads off. We are not all in competition with one another. You know, some of us are out here trying to build a strong network so that you guys can have somewhere to sit or go to, and everybody's going to take care of you all the way around the board.
And you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's times when people come in the salon. We're here at Eclectic Vibes. And they come in the salon and they're going to want Celeste, or they may want Ro, or they may want Q. And they can go to either one of us and get service and not be like, is it okay? She's not going to be there. As a family, you are going to get service.
Oh, they always do that. Yeah, they do. They'll be like, you know, I want to come next week, or I'm coming 2 more weeks, but next time I'm going to go to such and such. Is that okay? They're so used to that competitive, oh no, you ain't still my client, or you're not going to steal my client thing. When we're here, we like, oh, I mean, if I'm booked, I'm going to sit you in somebody. That's how it is. I mean, it's supposed to be like that.
And we know that our clients are in good care.
Our responsibility is to serve. When people come to us, some come broken, some come hopeless, some come, they don't know what to do with their hair, and some just want to come feel beautiful. When they come, they trust us. Our hands, when they go to the shampoo bowl, they're laying back. They're closing their eyes. They're allowing us to put our hands on their crown, on their head, and shampoo their hair. And they relax. And the trust factor is just there. It's strong. It's intense because their eyes are closed. They don't see what's going on around them. They're just saying, you do what you do. And so how can you do that if your main focus is the bread? if your main focus is networking, if your main focus is
your main focus is on
being
your competition, like what the next person is doing, or you're too busy worried about whether somebody has taken your clients, you know, things like that. No, first of all, nobody belongs to us.
right.
Okay. Once they get out of our chair, they are free agents. Okay, it's a blessing to have them sit in your chair one time.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, see it as they sowed a seed into your business, if nothing more. But to try to have ownership on people.
Girl, so many stylists are entitled, and they think that these clients belong to them, and that these clients are supposed to be breaking bread with them. My thing is, we need you guys more than y'all need us.
Come on.
Better believe we need y'all, because how mortgages are being paid, car notes are being paid. I mean, if you just want to get technical, when
our business is being paid,
when we owe them, you know what I mean? We owe them at least, you know,
good service.
Yeah.
Good service, respect, honesty, it's so much more than it
A
just
listening
coming,
ear,
sitting down and getting your hair done.
Right.
It should be so much more than coming, sitting down and getting your hair done. We be having crying sessions, show. We be having, we got a couch over there. You might as well go sit down. I mean, lay back on, because you know sometimes we have to be that psychologist. We have to be, you know,
therapist,
marriage counselor, child, everything. But that's what we signed up for, you know.
Knowing that your clients are vulnerable, whether it's their first time or their 100th time or their 1000th time, we should always be honest, right? So if we know that, let's say you get a client who's come to you 100 times and she comes to you this one time and brings a picture and say, can you do this? I don't think it's our job to be like, no, you don't look good. You won't look good in that, or no, that's relaxed hair to
just you know, you don't know how to do
it. To again causing the divide, because what happens is, and what I've observed, and I'm sure you ladies can probably see it too, is if we don't have a one unified voice within our industry when it comes to educating our clients, it's almost like whose truth is what.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And if we look at anything with knowledge and books, or I mean, I come from the medical background, so I kind of look at them for every scenario. But a cardiologist, when you learn about the body or the biology of the body, it's one way. So if they have one unified voice when it comes to doing, you know, cardiology or doing some type of service, I don't care if it's cosmetic surgery, right? There are certain tools you got to use to get the job done right. So if we do not have that same voice in our industry, it causes a negative discord with our clients. Licensed professional to clients, it causes negativity. So if somebody is in Timbuktu saying one thing and then they come to Houston, they say another thing, it makes it look like we don't have a real industry.
Or we don't have a real theory behind what we're doing. What's the science behind what you're doing?
Exactly.
Are you just copying something that you've seen off YouTube, and are you just ear hustling the next person and repeating what they saying to a client?
Exactly.
You have to have the education behind it. It's like, you have to be at these shows, these hair shows. You have to be at these classes. I don't care if you feel like you're the top stylist ever, because it's always something you're not hip to. It's always something that you need to learn, and the trend and the style and everything, that the years, they're just evolving. So you have to kind of keep up or get left behind.
You have to stay educated,
and
you have to be professional. If you don't have professionalism, your talent can only take you so far. If you're not educated, your talent can take you only so far.
Word of mouth gets everywhere. So when you have a broken network, you're going to have a broken business, and you're going to have a broken service industry. And I think the problem with the cosmetology industry is our service industry in particular is very broken. Is because so many people have individual mentality when it really is a team.
Because I heard something, somebody said, that was a stylist in another state. She said something that meant a lot, and she said how everybody want to be a boss, but nobody wants to be a team player. And that stuck out to me so much, because I said, honestly, now that I reflect, I never intended on being a boss.
Right.
You know what I mean? my mentality was always, what do I have to give to contribute to this collective? You know, I've always wanted to be a part of a group, and I think that goes back to me not having any sisters. I've always wanted a solid team, a solid one. You know what I mean? It's hard to find that in this industry. You know what I mean? So you just have to appreciate it when it's around you. So when she said that, it resonated like crazy, because I feel like if more people were team players and knew how to play parts of a team, then the boss situation is just gonna come.
And I would venture to say the boss is not a person, it's a mission. Okay, so if we look at boss mode, we like, you know what, our boss or our mission or our ethic or our move and our drive is to take care of people. We're in a service industry. So I think we just, like you said, we need to change our mind frames and our perspectives. I think it would be healthy for our industry, and I think we can be stronger together than apart. You know, because when people see a move going, they're going to want to be a part. And people will be happy to sit in your chair. They won't feel bad because they feel like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to stylist. Celeste and I used to work in the same salon studios before she got this beautiful salon here. And I mean, I guess because we're kind of used to being around like many other small businesses to where we can kind of see that, you know, it's easier to come together and to know that you are building a relationship with your colleagues. You know what I mean?
I have to do better with getting to work on time. And I can say that because that is true. And if somebody say, Celeste is good as hell, but she is always late, I cannot even get mad. As a black business, self-reflecting and taking on or receiving criticism from your business, that's important, and you can't get caught up in your feelings.
Exactly.
Because there's a Yelp around the corner that will tear you a new one. Okay? So you just have to be ready for that, ready and open to receiving that feedback and allowing yourself that room to kind of change and grow.
I mean, my weakness is, since we're getting honest,
know, it's okay.
Again, we have to be honest with our clients. My issue is marketing. My issue is getting out there, being a go-getter, passing out my business cards, reaching out to people. You know, I keep creative ideas in my head for so long because I always feel like I'm not qualified, or I probably don't think I know what I'm doing. And a lot of times I think that has become, okay, I'm not saying becoming because we're not staying in that season, okay, but it was a hindrance because it made me not move. It was like I was in this waiting room, I was in this shell, and I knew what to do. I just was kind of fearful of the time, and I want things to be perfect. And so that's one of the things I really have to work on. I actually had a client told me the other day, she said, girl, you need to do better on your marketing. I said, you ain't doing nothing but preaching to the choir. She was like, girl, because I didn't know where your salon was. I didn't know anything about you. So that's one of my weaknesses when it comes to
the
my
fact
business.
that an individual, okay, a sister in Houston, interested in color, does not know your name or has not seen Janae Miller Salon. Everybody, color enthusiasts, should know your name with what you hold in your hands. You know what I mean? It's something serious.
This is why we need each other, guys. Like, I learned so much from these two, and we pour into each other, and this is why network is so important, because we need to pour into each other. Are there any things that you feel that you can grow on road when it comes to your business? Why that look?
I'm always trying to grow, like in every area, and just where I am now, I feel like I'm fresh, like fresh hair by Ro. But I just feel
fresh hair by Ro, y'all.
Like the marketing just comes easy to her. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I don't give myself enough credit. Like, you can have the people that's growing, that knows the areas of growth, and then you can have a person like me who feel like I'm not growing enough and not recognizing the areas of growth that I have and not being present enough to enjoy.
So it's important to keep those people around you that's going to reinforce those positives.
Yeah, remind you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Have to keep humble, because like I told her before, I kind of feel like she lowballed it in her interview. She tried to act like, you know, I want to do a little this and a little that. And then when I started seeing her work, I was like, oh, this how we doing it? Mm-hmm. Like, we showing out. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't expecting that talent and that skill. It's refreshing. I just want to help any stylist that cross my path.
We're together.
And that's what you do. That's the whole purpose. Is
we don't need a great divide.
Right. No, we don't. Because just think about it. You have Celeste. She share her information. Mm-hmm. Most of you have to pay for. Mm-hmm. Okay? Right. And in paying for it, look at what she produced. You know, people that's coming, and it's like you're just basically spreading the love, spreading the knowledge, and spreading the skills, spreading the just
she's
everything.
Celeste has poured into all of us. You know what I mean? And just piggybacking off of what Rose said, like that's just powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't have to. She has overflow. God has blessed her with overflow. And for her to pour into others and be okay. That's something you don't see often. Many people are so concerned with, oh, if you're here, I only want you here. Celeste wants people to grow, and that's beautiful. I have worked at other salons, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes owners might feel like, oh, they don't want to let you go, but she sees her business like a mother. I see my business like a mother. Rose sees her business like a mother. These are our babies. Like, Celeste has given me a lot of knowledge when it comes to the industry. We appreciate her because she has more expertise when it comes to years in this field. You know what I'm saying? But we need each other. Mm-hmm. We need not to be divided in this industry, because the exchange, I'm telling you guys, is so powerful. It is bigger than worrying about somebody stealing your skill set.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's bring it in, guys. All right. Close your eyes. Okay. And just imagine. You get a client that come in to all of my relaxing stylists out there. Mm-hmm. And she's natural. And you don't know what to do. You can pick up the phone and you can say, Celeste, girl, you got anything you want to give me? What I can help her with? Can you imagine if we had that network, that community where we can call each other up in areas of where we don't have as much experience, and say, hey, you know, I can send her to you. Giving these women hope. Giving them what they want, what they need, what to make them walk out and feel confident and be beautiful, strong, empowered Black women. That's the bigger picture.
That is the bigger picture.
If we can connect versus divide and confuse all of these women, or not empower them.
That's the most, you know what I mean? In the industry that's most messy, shady, you know what I'm saying? Cutthroat. For us to put on and show that
it doesn't have to
women can build, Black sisters can build together,
right.
And not tear each other down, and not compete or try to overdo this and step on toes and do that, where we're genuinely working together. That is
we know how powerful
everybody needs a Janae Miller in their life.
I need a Celeste.
Mm-hmm. Everybody needs a role. Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody needs somebody.
Yeah.
Not just one person. Can you imagine if you, that shady stylist out there who want it all, if you got it all,
then what?
You gonna be turning people away.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I'm not trying to work all my life. Okay, I need a break. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I work so I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. Okay, I guess this topic is really just to reel everything in, girl, because we could be talking for days, and we would have even more topics. And if you guys, if there are any licensed stylists out there, if there are any things that you have experienced that you'd like to put in the comment section below,
and we can go live.
Hey, we can do live. We can do a lot. So I mean, you know, we really just need to bring healing to our industry, and we are coming on this platform to be a voice for our industry, because you don't see it often on YouTube, and you don't see it often, period. Everybody is like a minor voice, but we're not on one accord, okay? We need to be like a military. We need to be like the medical field. We need to really come together, because it's powerful. We experience it, so we all can come together and make some noise. I mean, do some beautiful things out here. So
I mean, it doesn't have to be like a whole salon. You know what I mean? Do shows, collaborate with other stylists, and y'all team up to do a show.
Yeah.
Like, we can do it.
So dope.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We gonna be good, guys.
We got a ways to go, but we can. I think we can, because we got some heavy hitters that are already. Even the Kings. We got the brothers. We got we have connects, you know, and we have a nice network that we can just start building and hopefully inspire other people in other places.
Absolutely. But anyway, guys, so I hope this brought some enlightenment to you guys when it comes to pretty much coming together. We don't need to be divided. And we're not just saying this, we've experienced it. So because we've experienced it and we've seen that it's worked, we just are hoping that, you know, it will kind of open some minds out there for a positive change.
Right.
See you later. Bye.